Hola, how y'all been? Hey y'all, trying to get Dr. Chris added, and there you go. Oh, that
Hi.
was cool.
Hi.
No complications this time.
Oh, we ain't got time. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
All right. So I will go ahead and get it started off. Hey, y'all. Hey. Welcome back to It Say Speak Your Truth. I'm Kai, the Hood Therapist. And on our last episode, it was titled There Are No Rules. We had a special guest, Troy Selvin. So if you missed that episode, check out our YouTube channel where the full video is available. So today we are on our 21st episode. What are you waiting for? Permission. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Dr. Chris. She's gonna go a little more in depth about our last episode, and then she's gonna dive into today's episode. Dr. Chris.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for that introduction and welcome back. As she stated, my name is Dr. Chris, and this is It's Safe Speak Your Truth. So, like she said, last time we were live, we had a special guest, Troy Selvant. He discussed there are no rules. You know, we think there's a certain way we have to heal, or we're supposed to do things in a particular way, or we're supposed to follow particular rules in order to be considered right. And if we go against those rules, we're wrong. You know, we have to break away from that type of thinking, that mindset. So now what we want to talk about today is like Kai said, what are you waiting for? Permission. When we say this, it's like, okay, we may look at other people, you know, living in their light, you know, living in their truth, speaking their mind, you know, having the careers that they want, you know, taking the risks and cutting off the people that they need to cut off and doing what it is that they want to do. And we think, I wish I could do that. You can. So what you waiting for? Permission? And from who? Okay? Who has more control over your life than you? Right? So we're gonna get into that. Like, let's get started. So I'm going to start it out this time. So I can speak to this topic because for a very long time, I allowed other people to have more control over the decisions I made for my life than I had control over those decisions. Like I would be scared to take a risk, scared to take a step out of the norm. You know, what I think would be acceptable, what I think would be more palatable or digestible to people. So I would dumb myself down. I would, you know, well, let me think about it. And I would make excuses like, oh, I know I want to do this. I know this is the right move for me, but I need to make a plan. And I will overthink it. I will make a plan for the other plan, for the other plan, make a plan D for the plan C, and constantly make all these different plans, but never really take a step and do it to try. How am I to know if it's going to work if I never make the effort or the attempt to try it? How? How is it going to work if I don't even take the first step? So for a very long time, I'm like, girl, what is you waiting for? Like, just take the leap. Like, no one but me is holding me back. Right. And for a very long time, I had to get out of the mindset that I had to consult with someone else to tell me it's okay for me to make a move that's best for me. You see what I'm saying? So similarly to you, there are things that you know you need to heal from. You know you're still struggling with. You know that you would like to pursue, whether it's professionally, whether it's spiritually, whether it's, you know, financially. You know you need to save more. You know you need to stop spending all this money. You know you need to stop shopping, go eating out, all of this. You know what you have to do, but instead of doing it and making the first step, it's like you stall. You're waiting. What are you waiting for? Permission? So I'm gonna flip it back to Kai and see what she got to say. Kai.
Yeah, so it's so crazy. Because as you were talking, I was thinking about my short-lived lock journey, right? So I've been wanting to lock my hair since high school. And then I finally locked my hair August 1st. And then Thursday I combed them out. So now I'm back to, my natural, curls or whatever. But I tried it, and I just, it's okay. It just wasn't for me. So, I think that a lot of times, when we kind of stall, it's out of fear, also because we probably don't know what to expect. We don't know the outcome. We don't know what's going to happen. So it's just like, oh my God, like, I'm so scared, but what's going to happen? Okay, well, we know what's going to happen if you don't do it, if you don't try. You're never gonna know. So just go ahead and do it. Try it. If it don't work out, that's fine. At least that's something you can say, you know what, while I tried it, it wasn't for me, and that's okay. And sometimes I think we get so hooked up on other people's opinions and oh my God, they gonna think I'm this, they gonna think I'm that. Girl, fuck them people. Sir, fuck them people. Okay? Because guess what? While you out here, this is life. The only way we're going to know if we like something is if we try it. So then I'm going to kind of flip it back a little bit. Sometimes, you know, we're grown, we're adults age wise, but sometimes mentally and spiritually, emotionally, we still, I'm saying, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, and we just looking for guidance. We looking for somebody to lead us and give us advice. But the people who's close to us, they can't give you advice on things that they've never done before. So that's when you just have to go ahead and take that leap of faith. The people who's never done it, they can't give you advice. They can't tell you what it's like to get a doctorate. They can't tell you what it's like because they've never done it before. So that's when you just have to, you waiting on permission from people that's not even qualified. So you can't, we cannot, sit here and just wait for validation of somebody that hasn't even been, they wouldn't even be able to take a walk in your shoes. So I don't know, that's kind of what I have for right now. What you got, Dr. Chris?
That's interesting that you say, and that kind of piggybacks off of what Troy said last time, where he was like, I can't go to people like if I say I'm going to be a doctor or a physical therapist, I have to hang around doctors and physical therapists. I have to see what they do, and then I need to start doing it. Similarly to living in your light, pursuing what it is that you would like to pursue, following your dream, your aspirations, knocking your goals out, like all of those things, you have to hang around people that are also doing the same thing, right? If they're constantly telling you what you should be doing, well, you need to do XYZ, and you need to be focusing on ABC. Are they doing it? Like you will never hear somebody that's doing more than you or doing better than you telling you what you should be doing or making you feel like you're not doing enough. Like we really need to be mindful of that as well. Like, yes, we know what it is that we need to do and we would love the guidance, like Kai said. And we also talked about, being discerning. Like, everybody could teach us something. We can learn something from everybody. Yes. But at the same time, if this individual is nowhere near where you're trying to go, or they have no experience and you're trying to gain a particular experience and you're asking them for insight, they won't be able to pour into you. So realizing, okay, this person can't pour into me. They can only speak from their perspective. They've never been through what I've been through. They never experienced what I've experienced. They can't tell me how to get where I would like to go because they've never tried to get where I'm trying to go. So I need to make the proper connections. I need to reach out. I need to network. I need to inquire. I need to attend conferences. I need to attend seminars. I need to ask questions to the right people. That's a move that you have to make. But instead, sometimes, okay, a lot of us, me included at one point, I used to be afraid to reach out to people, speak out, put my face, put my energy out there, put myself out there like, hi, my name is Dr. Chris, and I'm interested in learning more about this field. Are you willing to assist me? Do you have time to meet with me? A lot of people can't do that. A lot of people are really shy. And I get it. That used to be me. Like, anybody that knows me will tell you, nah, Chris is real quiet. Like, unless she knows you, that's when you will hear from her. But I had to shift out of that because a lot of the times my silence or my shyness kind of blocked me from a lot of opportunities. If I would have just walked up boldly and confidently and introduced myself and inquired about how I can be more involved, what skills did I need to acquire, what conferences or opportunities to network would be most conducive for what I said I wanted, I think I would have been I would have been where I wanted to go a lot quicker. But instead, my fear of being judged, of not being accepted, of being looked at as less than, or I'm not qualified enough, even though sometimes, most times, we are more than qualified. We have the credentials, we have the experience, we have the network, we have the training, we have the education, we have all of this under our belt, and yet and still we question ourselves. Can we handle this amount of pressure? Can we handle the responsibility? Will we be equipped to lead a team? How can we get people to listen to us? Things of these natures, like, but if you don't put yourself out there and try, how will you know? You know you're equipped. You know you're knowledgeable. You know you have the training. What you waiting for? Keep making excuses. You will be in the same position you've always been in. You can't keep complaining about something. I want this. I need to get this. I need to do this. I need to do that. And you never make a step to make it happen. Used to be me. That's why I'm able to speak about it. That's why I chose this topic. What are you waiting for? Hello? Kai?
So I kind of since you brought it up, I definitely like to talk about what you just said about yourself, how you was once that person. And she was like, sometimes she'd be like, well, friend, what you think? You think I should, do this? Like, I don't really know what I want to do. And I'll be like, I don't know what you want to do. I, I, I can't tell you what to do. I can't make it for you. So what you want to do, friend? So you think about it, and then you let me know what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, you have to live with all of the decisions that you make. So, and me personally, I just don't, and because I used to be that person, where I would give, advice. I used to be so happy to give advice, but then some people, I don't know, I don't want to get into that. But anywho, I don't want to get into that. But it's just to sit back and watch her, grow and learn to take control and just be like a self-starter, self-motivated. Like, it's so good to see. Like, I'm proud of you, friend. Like, you now I notice, like, when we talk and text and stuff, like, you'll be like, okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, instead of you being like, well, friend, what you think I should do? Now you just be like, okay, so I'm doing this. This is my goal. This is my plan. I'll be like, all right, friend. I'm proud of you. So congratulations on it. And also, like, this is an example of celebrating, your small wins. It may be stuff that it may not be a big deal to the next person, but it's a big deal for you, because clearly that's something that's that you had to learn. Like, that's something, an obstacle that you had to get over. Because the women, the lives that we are creating, the lives that we are manifesting, we have to be these bosses. We have to be able to make these decisions for ourselves. We cannot keep looking to other people to give us certain answers. But that's just because of the things that we're striving for in life and the positions that we currently hold. So, just to see that, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. Gotta give my girl her flowers. Um, but yeah, so um, when you like really just sit back and realize that you have the keys to every door, to every lock, to every obstacle that's in your way. If it's like a video game, right? Anytime you start a video game, you start on the lowest level and you work your way up. How many times we done played Super Mario and we done got killed and we had to start over from the beginning. But then that second time you played that level, you got a little further, right? And then something may have knocked you off, and then you got killed because you used all your lives, and now you got to start back over from where you picked up at, from where you left off, and then you keep going, and then every time you have to start over, you know what to expect that next time, and it helps you to complete that game, it helps you to complete that level. So that's how I look at life. If it's something that I do try and I fail at it, that's fine. Now the question is, do you want to try again, or do you want to do something else? Is it worth your time? But either way it goes, don't look at the negative, look at the positive, and look at take away what you've learned instead of, just being hard on yourself and be like, oh, see, I knew I shouldn't have never did that and it was a waste of time and a waste of money. No, you learned something. So think about what you learned, and then you take that, and then you move on to the next thing, and then you apply that to the next lesson, and then you just keep moving, and you just keep going forward, and you just make this shit happen. Um, I want to say something, but it slipped my mind. Mm. Yeah, gain the experience. You definitely have to gain the experience. I mean, and it's like work. You start off entry level. You learn everything about that position. Then you go to another department. You learn everything about that position. It's just like I don't have. I'm not like my friend Dr. Chris. I don't have those degrees. Okay, I am a licensed cosmetologist. I don't have those degrees, but I do have experience. So the thing is, like the job position that I have now, when I looked at the requirements, it said you had to have a bachelor's degree, right? And I was like, well, damn, I don't think I should apply because I don't have no bachelor's degree. I have a high school diploma and I have a cosmetology license. And these people talking about the requirements is to have a master's degree. I mean, a bachelor's degree. I was like, you know what? I'm going to still apply anyway. Only thing they could do is tell me no. That's all they could do is tell me no. I applied. I applied for the job. I received the email from somebody high up, and she was like, "Hey, can I get you to reapply? Because by the time you sent in your application, it was the position was pretty much closed. So she was like, resubmit your application so we can get you scheduled for an interview." I said, "Okay." I redid my application. They emailed me the next day and they told me I had an interview the next day. So I had my interview, my first interview. It was 3 people interviewing me. After that interview, then I had a second interview with the supervisor of the entire department. So after I had the interview with him, I got an email with an offer. And I'm just like, girl, what? Now, if I would have never applied, I would have never got the job. I would have never got the position. And now I'm gaining all of this experience that I'm able to, this shit is stuck with me forever. Like, really will take this experience and I can apply this to any part of my life. So I'm so grateful, that, I still applied because some people will see certain words and certain requirements and be like, I'm not about to do that. They're gonna tell me no. But see, I'm a glass half full type of person and we got room for more. So guess what? I'm gonna apply, and like I said, all they could do is look at it and go on to the next one. At least I put myself out there. And here I am. So I'm excited. If it's for you, no one can take it from you. Exactly. If it's yours, it's yours. If it's not for you, then it's just not for you. And if you have to fight and struggle to hold on to anything, a job, a person, a relative, anything, if you have to fight and struggle for it, it ain't for you. But everything that's meant for you is literally going to come to you so easily. You're not going to have to do much of nothing just to receive and attract. Now, to keep it, you might have to put in some work. But to attract it, it's not going to be a problem. So I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Chris for a second. Dr. Chris, what you got?
So when you just say you were like anything that you have to like fight for, not saying you're not gonna have to fight or work hard for the things that you naturally attract, but I'm talking about those things where you're sacrificing yourself. You're like pieces of you are dying off. You're losing or forgetting who you are to hold on to them, like people, jobs, like she mentioned, um, connections, relationships. If it feels like pieces of you are dying off, or like you have to dim pieces of yourself down to keep it or to attract it, or you feel like you're neglecting self, then it's not for you. That's something I had to learn. Like, I'm working so hard to hold on to these individuals or these positions or what I think I'm supposed to want, but I have it and I'm not happy. It's not fulfilling me. It's not bringing me joy, peace, all of those good things. Like, I'm holding on because I think I'm supposed to, right? And I'm me trying to pursue something else, something that I know will bring me fulfillment, joy, peace, happiness, all of the good things. Instead of going for those things, I stall because I'm looking for guidance, or I think I'm supposed to work hard. There are different levels of working hard. Like, I'm a doctor. I had to work really hard to get that. But if I'm connected to somebody and it's nothing but chaos and I'm getting sick and I'm hurting all the time and I'm stressed out all the time, I'm crying and I'm not getting no rest and all of these different things, then that's a different kind of working hard. So I think we also need to remember, you know, not just waiting for permission from other people, but sometimes we're waiting on other people before we make a move that's best for us. And sometimes those other people that we're waiting for are not even meant for us. And know, you know, but you think you have to because they were there for you during the rough times. Or, it's me and this person against the world type energy. But it can't just be coming from you. Like, it has to be both parties. That's something I had to learn too. Waiting for permission or acceptance or reciprocity from people that never were meant to be where I'm trying to go. And I'm scared to make the step because that would mean I have to make the decision to leave them behind. That's hard. I talked about that before. You know, if it's somebody that you've known, sometimes we'll wait for permission from those individuals that we should make the step. Yeah, babe, go ahead and do that. Yeah, you passionate about that. Yeah, you like doing stuff like that. Do it, baby. I'm supportive. I got you. But how long do you wait? What if you never hear that from those people? Then what? You just don't do it? So I think we really need to assess who we're connected to, how are we connected to ourselves? Do we trust ourselves? That the things that we are feeling or are convicted by, what we feel are the best moves, the best decisions for ourselves, for our lives, for our purpose. We know what it is, what we need to do. And yet we wait and we stall and we allow fear, we allow doubt, we allow uncertainty. I've never did this before. I don't know anybody that's doing this. I don't know anybody that's ever succeeded in doing this after they went through XYZ. And we talk ourselves out of our purpose. That has to stop. Because no one that has the life that you are desiring didn't go through some stuff. Everybody I know that's a doctor, they went through some stuff, and they were able to share points that helped them continue to go on. Like I say, life is life. Life will be lifing. We can't allow what we go through in our lives to stop us from pursuing the things that we say we want to pursue, and we know we find purpose, joy, happiness, and peace in doing. So I just thought I would bring that up. Like, don't allow life or connections that you know have taken their course to convince you that you don't need to do something, or you're ill-equipped in doing something, or you shouldn't take the leap because you're waiting on permission from this person or this connection or whatever. Does that make sense? Okay. Kai?
So something came to my mind, and I know we're talking about permission, like waiting for approval, validation, and stuff like that. But it's something that we talked about before, probably just us privately, but waiting for the right time. Sometimes we may not be waiting for permission, but we may be waiting for the right time. Oh, I'm gonna just do it when the time is right. Oh, I'm gonna just do it when I have this. Oh, I'm gonna just do it when I have that. Baby, the time ain't never gonna be right. You gotta make the time right. Okay, you got to make the time right. If you don't ever think that the time gonna be right, then the time ain't never gonna be right. If that's what you keep speaking, if that's what you keep manifesting, because what is it about the tongue? Life and death is in the power of the tongue, right? So if you keep saying, "Oh, I'm waiting till the time right," then the time ain't never gonna present itself because you keep saying that the time ain't never gonna be right because that's the energy, that's the frequency, that's what you're putting out into the ethers, into the universe, right? God, the universe, whatever it is that you choose to call it. So when I realized that, because I was one of those people, well, I'm gonna just wait until I have, such and such saved up, and I'm gonna wait until I do this. Child, I had all of these plans. I had, just like Chris said, Dr. Chris said, plan A, plan B, plan C, done wrote it down. Okay, what's your goal? This is my goal to do this. Child. And then when I was like, okay, so this kind of not working out how I thought it would work out, then some shifts started to happen in my life, right? Because I want this wholeheartedly, right? And now I know what faith is. I wholeheartedly know what it is to have faith and to exercise that faith. Because a lot of people talk about faith, but they don't really have faith that they say that they have. Because faith is literally just taking that step, not knowing what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to sink. You don't know if you're going to float. But guess what? If you trust and believe in whoever, whatever you pray to, whatever you believe in, whatever your religious beliefs, whatever deities, whatever it is that you do spiritually for you, if you believe in that person, that thing that you're praying to, God or whatever, whoever, then why aren't you trusting it? Why aren't you giving the faith, exercising the faith that you say that you have? So, sometimes you just got to do some crazy ass shit. And I done did some crazy ass shit. And I don't regret it. Like I recently moved. It's been like a month Yes, it just made a month. I relocated damn near halfway across the country. But guess what? Since I have been here in this state, everything that I said that I wanted, that I've been manifesting for like the last 3-4 years, have literally been, it's just been coming into fruition. I said I've always wanted to be a part of a nonprofit organization that helps kids. And now I'm on the board of a nonprofit organization that helps foster children. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, thank you. And it's just like, if I would have never moved, if I would have never took that leap of faith, I would have never had that opportunity. I was scared as fuck coming out here. I I said this on a few episodes back, but I had a panic attack, man. Like, my cousin was flying in, her plane was just landed, and then reality hit me, and I just started panicking. I'm like, what? I'm giving up all of my shit. Like, I literally just sold everything, left everything, gave everything away, and just got on the road. And not only am I a part of a board, I received a full scholarship so I can go to school. Like, come on now, this would have never happened if I was waiting on somebody to be like, oh yeah, go ahead and do it. No. So many people would have been like, girl, I wouldn't do that. Ain't no way I'll just leave all of my stuff and drive halfway across the country to start over. Man, what if I would have never did that? I would have had none of these opportunities. So it's just like opportunity on opportunity on opportunity. And sometimes you just have to change. You have to change. You have to want to do it. You have to get yourself up. You have to get your body up. And you have to make the changes so that you could create the life that you want to create. It does not matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you know, who you know. Take that leap of faith and just do it. Don't wait for permission. You don't wait for permission, because you never know. Those same people that you're looking for permission from, they might not even want you to do better than them. And they know that if you ever had the chance, if you ever had the opportunity, that you would. They just might be the very ones that's holding you back. They will never give you that validation because they like to see you suffer. They like to see you struggle. They want to see you down, because that's the only way that they can feel good about themselves, is when you're down. So take your power back, call your energy back, and you just have to do what you have to do for you. And it's all going to unfold, because ain't none of this was in the plans that I had, because I had plans. And nothing went according to plan. I didn't have LLCs and everything, and nothing went according to plan. I just had it all made up. I remember I had went to the Bronner Brothers hair show in New Orleans. It was the first time that the Bronner Brothers went to New Orleans for a hair show. And I remember I met Judy, the owner of Kaleidoscope. So I met her, and I was telling her, like, about some business venture that I was, trying at the time. And, she just looked back. She took a little step back and she looked at me. She said, now, I don't want to sound negative, so please don't take this the wrong way. But maybe it's just not meant for you to do what you're trying to do. If it's that hard, then it's not meant, because it shouldn't be that hard. And I never forget what she told me. And I take that, like, with me with anything that I do. And I'm like, all right, this is giving a little too much friction. This not for me. It's not for me. And how everything has literally just been coming to me. The opportunities have just been presenting themselves to me. I never went out looking for none of the shit none of these opportunities that I had. I did not go out looking for none of them. They came to me. I didn't have to do nothing. I didn't chase. I attracted. I set in my energy, and I know that what's for me is always going to be for me, and it's always going to come to me. So I did that. That shit happened, and we doing what it do. Now, I'm not about to sit up here and say that I don't have to work hard to keep it. It came to me easily because this is for me. But now it's time to put in the work to keep and maintain, right? So that's the hardest part, is to keep and maintain, and to continue to grow and evolve and continue to raise your energy and keep your energy and your frequency high so that you can attract everything that is on alignment with that same frequency. We talk about frequency a lot. I've talked about frequency in past videos. I think we need to talk about that again, maybe, if you think. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Dr. Chris.
There's something that you said, and I was typing while you were talking because I wanted to make sure I remembered to bring it up. But you said you not gonna say that it's not hard work to keep and maintain what you naturally attracted. You know, in addition to lifing, and you having to work and take care of this and handle that and serve in this capacity and be a daughter, be a friend, do this, do that. When it's for you, somehow you still have the strength and the energy to knock it out. Like it doesn't feel, it's work, or it's a commitment or an obligation that you have, and you're pulled in so many different directions, and yet and still you are happy to knock it out and make it happen. You have the energy. You could be running off of 2-3 hours of sleep, and somehow you still wake up and make it happen. You still are able to keep and maintain what it is that you've attracted. That's how you know, okay, this is something that it's not coming from an obligation. It's more of a passion. That's what I realized. You know, my background is research science. And I was fighting so hard trying to figure out, well, I need to get a job, a position, a role that allows my science. I can use my science skills. I'm supposed to be in research. This is what I'm taught. Research, research, research. That's the only type of job that I can get with my degrees, with my background. But I found myself fighting so hard to find a position in this area. And I'm like, well, I have a degree. I have my PhD. Surely I will get a job just like that. That just simply wasn't the case. And so I took positions where I thought I was supposed to take, or I'm supposed to go here, because that's the next logical step, right? But my passion, my heart wasn't in it. My spirit wasn't there. Pieces of me, I felt I had to dumb down. I had to quiet. I had to put to the back burner to be in this particular role. So I took a leap and I left everything. Everything that I ever thought I worked so hard for, I gave it up. I chose myself instead of what I thought other people would think would be best for me. I didn't care about what people would say. Girl, you get that job up? Yes, I did. And I attracted a position that's more in tune with what my purpose is. And I'm, working hard, yes, but I have the energy. I'm happy to do it. So it's like, yes, if you're constantly finding that you're fighting against yourself to keep something or to seek out, chase something, then maybe it's not for you. Maybe you need to reassess what it is that you're passionate about. Maybe you need to think a little deeper about what it is your purpose is. What are you on earth to do? How are you going to pour into the next generation? How are you going to leave your imprint, your mark on the world? And when I started thinking about that, I'm like, there's no way that I'm supposed to be in this box that I've allowed other people to place me in. Once you break that box down and you step out and you take risks and you start asking the right questions and you start trying different things and you start reaching out to people in different areas and different fields and from different perspectives, different walks of life, they've experienced different things from you, and you're learning, you're gaining all of that insight and that knowledge, your possibilities, the opportunities are endless. But until you make the decision to step out, nothing happens. And that's the lesson that I've learned. You know, just because I have this training, that doesn't mean that I'm defined or confined to that area. That doesn't mean that that's the only type of experience that I can get. There's more out here. There's more to do. There's more to learn. There's more people to interact with, more people to meet, speak with, learn from. But if you're constantly allowing other people's ideas, expectations of what you should be doing or where you should be, then you are limiting yourself. You are assisting others in blocking you and your growth and your elevation and you living in your purpose. You're blocking yourself. Like I said last time, when you realize you're the one that's holding you back, that's a tough little pill to swallow, okay? Okay, that's a tough pill to swallow, but at the end of the day, it's something that you have to start recognizing, right? You can't constantly say, oh, well, I didn't learn about it. Did you seek the knowledge? And then once you sought that knowledge, did you take the step and apply that knowledge? All I'm saying, y'all, is do not be afraid to step out of what you think you are supposed to do. If it does not bring you joy, if it does not bring you peace, if it does not add to you in some way, shape, or form, then all I'm saying is maybe you should reconsider. Maybe you should think a little deeper, dig a little deeper into yourself to figure out what it is that would do that for you. And I had to do it. I'm not going to say everybody has to do it, but there will be a point in your journey where you're assessing you and what works for you and what's best for you and what will be to the benefit of you over what other people going to say, think, feel, and have an opinion about. You have to make the moves for you. So that's all I had. Guy.
Ooh, girl, you hit us with a little hot trick. I like that. I don't think I need to say nothing else after that, friend. I think it's time for us to go to our affirmation of the day, and then you could give us some words of encouragement, my girl, because I don't ain't nothing left to say after that. You didn't shut it down. Okay? Okay. All right. So now usually, at the end of our discussions, I'll have an affirmation for us to take home and implement into our daily lives. So we still gonna do it, but it's gonna be a little different today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you the definition of the word affirmation, because I don't want people. I want people to know just how powerful your tongue is, how powerful the words that leave your lips, how powerful you are just from speaking and affirming, right? You can affirm something negative, you can affirm something positive. So don't think about affirmations just only being positive things, right? So the definition of affirmation is the action or a process of affirming something or being affirmed. That's the first definition. The second definition, emotional support or encouragement, That's the two definitions of affirmation. So we can affirm negative things into our life, right? When we, sing these songs, right? Thank you. I don't say good work. I don't know, but thank you. Thank you. Look, good work, cousin. I don't know if you're talking to me or Dr. Chris, but hey, cousin, thank you. We appreciate you. So, you know, it's just when you say things, right? Whether it's negative, you are affirming that negative thought, that negative energy to come into your life. When you say, I can't do something, you are affirming that you cannot do something, right? When you are, just saying, well, I wish, I hope, you are affirming that it's not possible. So when you are choosing your affirmations, the words that you are using, it's very, very, very important, right? So when you affirm, don't ever say, I hope, I wish, I think, because then you're not gonna affirm. Where you're gonna affirm, you're just gonna affirm those things to move away from you. You're affirming that you're not, you can't attract those things. So you want to say, I am, I have. You have to speak it as if you already have it. Even if you're not where you want to be, you have to speak it, because once you speak those words out, shit is going to start changing. The universe is just going to start moving in a way to make all of those affirmations that you put out come true. You ask and you shall receive. I can't do this. Okay, you are correct. You can't. I am successful. Okay, you are correct. Since that's what you said, that's what's going to happen. You will be successful in this area. So I just want that to be the affirmation of the day, right? I am attracting everything that is meant for me into my life. I am removing, I am letting go of anything that is not helping me and my highest good. So that's what our affirmation is for today. And there is positive and negative affirmation. So be careful what you say, even if it's just a song. I don't think you realize when you listening to music, and if you just listening to shoot 'em up, bang, bang, fuck this nigga, fuck that bitch, fuck that hoe, and all of that, you are unknowingly, you are affirming that type of energy into your life. And then you wondering why you relating so well with these songs. Because you are affirming those messages. You are affirming that energy into your life. I just want you to think about that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Dr. Chris. And she's going to give us our words of encouragement. And she's going to close us out.
It sounds like I'm going to be doing a lot, all right? Okay, so we've been saying a lot, but I'm going to just say this. We weren't always in this place, especially me, taking leaps of faith and believing in myself and believing that everything that I've worked hard to accomplish will come about full circle, and stepping out into things of the unknown, things that I've never seen, things that I've never done. I decided to do it scared. And I think, you can do it too. Sometimes we think, oh, this person did XYZ, so they've always been equipped, or they've always known that's what they wanted to do. But like I say, you have to be careful about your words. We have to be careful. We have to stop comparing ourselves or our journeys to other people's, because it's all different. And we've all experienced life from a different perspective or point of view. So moving forward, can we just be more in tune with ourselves? Can we just take the shades of fear off and just try You know, because how would you know if something is for you if you're so afraid to try? You know, you're overthinking. You're coming up with all these different plans. You know, plan A, plan B, C, D, E, F, G, all throughout the alphabet. And yet you still don't make a move. You still don't take that step. You still don't take that risk. It will still be a plan. So can we just agree that we will try? Even if we just take the step, I typically wouldn't introduce myself. I'm going to say hello and say who I am and what department I work in. That's a good move. Thank you in advance. But can we just believe in ourselves more? That's it. Just believe in ourselves more. Believe that we are equipped. Believe that we will be able to have the right words to speak. Believe that we will attract the right people, the right opportunities. Just believe in us, you know? Let's agree. Pinky Slow, give it to me. Hook it. All right, bet. Cool. All right. So now we have that out the way. Next time we were supposed to go live on the 24th, but we have a couple of things coming up that will prohibit us from doing that live. So you will not see us again until March 9th. In the meantime, you know, for that live that we will miss, I think I might say something, post a little picture or two. Kai, if you have an opportunity, go ahead and snap it up and we'll say a couple, like a quick snippet of some sort on that day. And yeah, we are here. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please give us an email, safetospeak222@gmail.com. Watch our videos on YouTube. Watch the highlights that we post. If you have anything that you would like to share or you would like for us to speak or bring up on your behalf, please also let us know about that. Yeah, that's what I got, Kai.
Now I don't have anything else to say. Just thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank y'all for, the comments. We definitely love feedback. If you ever just want to, hit us up, DM us, give us some feedback. Like Dr. Chris said, you can email us. Thank y'all so much. We definitely enjoy seeing y'all in the comments and, just interacting with people. So thank y'all. We will see y'all. What you say, March 6th? March 9th? Okay, so we'll see y'all March 9th. Bye.